So I've been riding around with this device for probably 2 or 3 weeks. I've been in the sun, I've been in the rain. We ain't been in the sleet and snow yet, thankfully. I've been in the cold, I've washed the bike. I've spent probably over maybe 600 to 800 miles with this device, all right? This device that I'm talking about right here is the Carpuride W070P something, Carpuride something. I'll drop the name down in there. I don't remember. Maybe that's one thing about it they should change. Just make the name something easier that everybody can remember. But anyways, I've been with this device right here for about 800 miles. Company reached out to me. They said, hey man, we want you to review this device. I said, cool, I'm gonna need a couple weeks with this device. I'm gonna need to ride with this device because some of my other reviews that I did out there, I get the device, ride with the device for maybe 25 to 100 miles, and then I'm like, okay, this device is great, everything is working good, and I put out a review based on, you know, me with a new device and everything working as it should when it's brand new. So I wanted a different format. Now my format with this review was like, look, we're gonna really test this out. I wanna say my last 3 reviews, I have really been testing the product out before I turn the cameras on and start making a review to send to you guys. But testing this thing out, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna give you honest thoughts straight up before we get into it. I structured this in a way to where I pulled out the camera and recorded my actual thoughts and emotions as riding with the device. So I'll ride with the device a little bit, pull over, pull the camera out. Okay, this is what I saw on here, I didn't know this. I learned how to adjust this, that, and the third. And I'm gonna share some of that with you during this video. All right, so we back, family. This is day 2. Day 2 with the Carpuride GPS system, or whatever it's called. But either way it goes, I'm finding out more and more about this. When I first connected this to my Bluetooth headset, which is right here, I felt like the sound of the music was not loud enough. So I'm like, what's the deal? Like, why is the sound so, you know, so quiet? Like, man, I need it to be louder. I'm on a motorcycle, and this thing is coming with that Acura, no dB killer, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I figured it out. So I'm gonna show you a cool feature with this bad boy right quick. So let's go here. I'm learning how to navigate through here. Let's exit here. We're in the Android Auto. All right, now I can go right here, and this is super cool. I got EQ settings, right? This is the equalizer, so I got different settings right here. And this loud button gets it loud enough to where I can hear it, or it, you know, turns the volume down a little bit. But there's many different EQ settings in here. All right, so this is day 2 with the device. Like I said, this is the style of review that we're gonna do, and I'm loving it so far. Stay with me, we're gonna go to day 3. All right, family, we are back. It is approximately about 7:30 in the morning. This is day 5 with the Carpuride headset, whatever they call it, with the Carpuride dash unit, whatever. Let me show you this bad boy. This thing is working like a charm so far, man. I had some complaints about it, but after riding with it, those complaints have worked out. Some of the connectivity issues and stuff like that, it was really like user error. And this is something that if you get this device, you're probably gonna have to go through these things and figure it out as well. I thought it was draining the battery at first, but it wasn't draining the battery at first. I just didn't have it connected right. But this is day 5, we still rocking and rolling. I'm loving this so far. I'm gonna keep you guys posted, man. All right, now that we've talked a little bit about the device, I wanna go in it with you guys live, not screen shared, live with a glove. So it mimics what you'll be doing when you're on the motorcycle. Not with regular hands, with a glove. You wanna see how it reacts in real time, I'm gonna show you how it reacts in real time, all right? Now we got many different options on here. As I said before, one of the things that I love about this device is that you have the option to use the Android, I believe it's called Android Auto. You have the option to use the Android Auto system, or you have the option to use just a regular system that comes with this device. Now when I click exit, I'm going out here basically to the regular system, and this is where I'm able to see certain options like the mountings, audio input, Android Auto, iPlay, I guess that's for iPhones, phone music card, etc. That's right, this bad boy does have a slot for a memory card. I don't want to forget to mention that. Now, one of my favorite things about this device, this bike here, all right, the Tracer 9 GT, is a sport touring bike. Be it that it's a sport touring bike, this is a traveler's bike. So that means this bike is going to be going on long distance type of rides, different type of terrain type of rides, you know, maybe on some rocks, maybe on some nails and stuff like that. So the tires, right? The tires can fall victim to nails or anything like that that's on the road. One of the things that I griped about, or that I didn't like about this bike actually, is the fact that it has all of the stuff on the screen here, but it doesn't come with a tire pressure sensor. So this bike, fortunately, has a tire pressure monitor that is, I guess, embedded in this. It's so easy to hook up. It was the easiest thing to hook up. All you do is screw it on the valve, the air valve, and somehow it connects to this system here. So back on the screen, all I have to do is click mountings here, and it opens this bad boy up and tells me my tire pressure, front and back. And I believe there's a way, let's see. Yes, you can switch up the units to kind of tailor to whatever country you're in or whatever, right? But while we got this open, let's talk about another thing that's pretty cool. If you just so happen to get lost, you have a compass on here. Now, some of the new bikes may come with this type of technology on it, but this is a 2022 bike. So if 2022 and earlier than that might not come with this technology embedded within the screen of the bike. These things, especially the tire pressure monitor system, has come in handy. And like I said, I wasn't sent a script to talk about this stuff. Now we can back out of here, and you can see how the touching is. So I'm using the glove as if I'm really riding. We back out of here, and we can go back into our Android Auto either here or here. But the good thing about this device, what I probably mentioned before, is you have an EQ to where you can set all type of different settings for your audio. Now you can go here, tap for your sound, your media sound and voice sound right here. That's controllable. But we go back into Android Auto. Now this is one of the features right here that I'm gonna show you guys that I really like about this. You got different setups, right? So this setup right here is gonna give me what, about 60 to 70% screen of the GPS device, and then the other 30 to 40% of the screen is going to be my music, so I can change music and stuff like that. But here's the beauty of it. I can increase this size, which will make it bigger, which is easier for me to change while I'm on the bike and on the fly, right? Then I can go back here to this button here, press this, and now I can go back to this original screen here, make that bigger. Now I got different options, but I'm still able to change the music down here. So I'm just being honest with you guys. I actually love this device. I don't get paid from these people. I have no reason to lie to you. And I legit haven't found anything that I dislike about this device. Now there may be other devices like that on the market, but this is the first device that I've had. Now, I don't want to go into my, messages and stuff like that for privacy reasons, of course. But on this screen here, I can click right here and bring up my notifications. So these are my notifications right here, which is, some text. It's not really showing nothing but my homie number right there. Y'all call him and tell him what up. But this right here is my notification screen, and I can scroll down, right? And I can see all my notifications that pop up while I'm riding, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a text message, whatever. Then I can clear that out, and I'm good money right back to my main screen. Now, this isn't all of the features that this device offers. I'm just showing you stuff that you are guaranteed to use almost every time you ride. You got your messaging app and all that right here. Now this is more of an Android Auto thing than it is a Carpuride thing, but we have different stuff that I can use right here to get the information I need, whether it's weather, the GPS, which they have Waze, which is amazing. Spotify got that. Then I can customize it in my phone to show which apps that I want displayed right here for the quick display, you know what I mean? So we're gonna exit there, and then we go back to this main screen here. I have found nothing that I dislike about this device. Like I said, they're not paying me for this. I'm not getting paid to say this. I don't have any ownership within this company at all. To be honest with you, this is my first unit like this that I've had on this bike. And I've seen other units like this out on the market and stuff like that in a group that I'm in on Facebook, one of the Tracer groups. There's a lot of people in those Tracer groups that have bought devices similar to this one. I don't remember it being that name, but they've bought devices similar to this, and I've seen a lot of setups specifically on this bike with devices similar to this. But this is my first experience, and it could just be I'm just in wow of how much information is displayed on here, how easy it is to see everything, how accessible each application is on this device. I never like to do the text and ride thing when I had my phone mounted on this bike, or the speech to text, because it would always get things wrong and I get frustrated. But the speech to text on this thing is buttery smooth. Whether I'm riding 9 miles per hour or riding 90 miles per hour, it gets that information over really quick. One of the things people are probably gonna ask, and people are probably gonna think, well, why not just leave my phone on here, right? And just use my phone. Phones are pretty big now. Why not just leave that on there? I mean, comparably, my phone to this screen is, you know, the screen of the Carpuride is a little bit bigger, but the phone has worked for me, you know, nonstop. One of the things with this is it's waterproof, all right? Now, your phone may be water resistant, but it's not waterproof. This thing right here, I've been in the rain with it. I washed the bike with it. I feel comfortable doing that with this as opposed to my phone. One of the other things that I mentioned is sometimes when you're riding spiritedly, or if you're not riding spiritedly, let's say, you know, you're riding out there and you end up coming off the bike, and, you know, God forbid, you know, something breaks or something like that, and you can't move to get back to the bike to get your phone. You want to have your phone on you. This is just a precaution type of thing. When you have something like this, a device that is an extension of the phone, it gives you the ability to be like, all right, I can fall off the bike can be right here, I can be over here with both of my legs broken, and I can still make an emergency call if need be. Besides that, this is basically an extension of the phone. Now, the beauty with this device here, this setup also has a connection where you can attach it to the battery and wire it to where it turns on when the bike turns on. Now, one good thing I like about this device is when you turn this bad boy on, it comes on really quick. The load up time is not long at all. The screen is bright and it immediately connects. Different than the phone, right? One of the things about the phone, and I'm gonna use this as kind of a comparison to the phone because there's a lot of people that ride around with the phone. One of the things that's different about this is you can actually see the screen a lot better. So you don't basically have to squint your eyes down and spend too much time looking down at the phone, and then next thing you know, you look up and you're right behind a car slamming on the brakes or, you know, get into an accident. So the information is a lot bigger on this screen display. I'm able to ride, sit back, and see everything that I need to see. So hopefully I've explained some of the features. I know you guys are checking out this device. It's been in some of my videos. It's gonna be in my videos. I'm gonna continue to review this bad boy right here. Setting it up was absolutely, it was too easy. I don't even want to mention anything about setting it up, but they shipped it out to me and everything was pretty smooth. I think the price point is pretty good on it. So, you know, I will have a link for it in the description. Check it out, check the company out. If you got this type of bike, to rate it as a scale of must need to you don't need it at all. If you're a real rider, meaning you ride a lot, rain, sleet, and snow, if you like navigation, from a scale of 1 through 10, 10 being you gotta have this device and don't ride without it, to 1 you don't need it at all, it's just BS, I would give this a possible strong 7. If you got this on your bike, it'll make your life a lot better having it. It's your boy Six, man. Appreciate this company for reaching out to me and asking me to review this device. I love it, I'm riding with it. Peace.